Hi there, I'm Catt, and welcome back to our Clangen series, Voidclan. Last we left off, we had all of these little kitties here. Honeystar, our leader, who is missing a leg, and almost lost a life recently, but we're not gonna touch on that right now. Owlwish, our medicine cat, who is feeling quite lazy, and Green Whisker, our deputy, who I don't know if I touched on her last time. I might have just clicked the little button that says promote to deputy and left it at that, which I'm sorry if I did. I don't remember it very well, and I can't go back and watch it. I seriously cannot. But we also have Hollypaw, our medicine cat apprentice, who we theorize was related to Tawny Paw and Creekstorm. And in regards to our other family members, we had Green Whisker, Lowpaw, and Greenpaw as related as well. But that being a slight little recap, we're going to go back into our last video and talk about some comments that were left there. You guys are all amazing, by the way. I've never had so many positive comments come out from anything that I've done. So thank you guys so much for that. I love the theorizing, even the tiny comments that are like, this vid is so great. I enjoy that, and I've tried to respond to every single comment. If I haven't, then I'm so sorry. I promise I will try my best. I will try my absolute darndest to get back to you. If I don't, then I don't know, poke at me a little bit. Something else that developed before we get back into the comments, just so that I don't forget, in Sable's itch.io link that I left in the description of last video, and I'll leave in the description of this one, Sable made a Discord server, which is super fantastic, and I am there as a mod if you want to stop and say hi. We do everything Clangen related there. We have a clan sharing screen where you can share all of your cats, what's happening in your clan, who murdered who, because there's a lot of that in there. We also just go through like bugs and support. If you guys need help downloading and extracting the files, please do join that link. We'll help you out with it, or maybe we'll just hang out. And now let's get into, we're already 3 minutes in. Let's get into the comments. So Phobia says, the idea is that Hollypaw and Tawny are both brothers. Some kind of incident happened to which they both lost their parents, effectively orphaning them. Creekstorm, be it their grandmother or older aunt, decided to take them under her wing and care for them instead of her child/sibling. So when Creekstorm was exiled, Hollypaw decided to follow her, having no one else to turn to within the clan. He, of course, took his little brother Tawny with him, not wishing to leave him behind. I absolutely adore that idea, so we're writing that straight into canon right now. We're going to say that Creekstorm was the grandmother, and she took in Hollypaw and Tawny who was a kit at the time, and instead of just waving their grandmother goodbye, they could not stand for it, and Hollypaw took Tawnypaw and Tawny and followed Creekstorm out of there. Cause who would want to stay in a clan in which they exile your own family, you know? Another comment from Anxious Toby says, the void with 2 eyes that you mentioned was perhaps just after Sneeze Splash died. Maybe the original clans interpreted it as Sneeze Splash being unhappy with them and turning each of the cats away from StarClan in revenge and banishing them one by one as the signs you mentioned happened, before they could do any harm. I also think they banished Green Whisker because maybe they were litter mates and thought they'd be the first to turn against them. Due to them being banished, Sneeze Splash led them to a new home that was safe for them. Sorry for the ramble, I just adore theorizing stories like this and just fell in love with Voidclan. Your video is awesome, I hope you're having a wonderful day/night, may StarClan light your path. First of all, thank you, Toby, that is fantastic. I enjoy the theories so much. Please do keep theorizing, never apologize for rambling like that. It's always nice to see people passionate about something. And second, I adore that idea. So we do have Green Whisker right here, our deputy, and she is 62 moons, and Sneeze Splash died at 28 moons, but it's also been a little bit. So I do think that them being siblings would be a fantastic turn. And maybe the Void Eyes was Sneeze Splash, and they died trying to protect Green Whisker from everyone else in the clan. And so the clan knew that oh no, Sneeze Splash died, and we saw this sign, and we're gonna be in trouble. We have to get rid of the evidence. Which honestly, stupid thing, but we always see these TV shows. We know that it still happens. And so they exiled Green Whisker, and Sneeze Splash said, "You know what? That's horrible of them. But I know of other cats that were exiled for very similar reasons. How about we just group you all up and I'll take you somewhere else?" So they did that, and we're gonna say that Green Whisker was the main cause of everyone being kicked out. Not that they know that. We know that as spectators, as the gods looking into this game. We know what happened. But they do not. To Green Whisker is so confused. Her brother died trying to protect her, and all of a sudden the leader and the medicine cat are whispering to each other. They're like, "Oh my god, we need to do this." And suddenly she's kicked out, and she took her very much younger siblings with her because they just couldn't stand it. Anyone related to Sneeze Splash had to go. And so they kicked him out. And another comment that does have to do with Green Whisker, Fancy Flower says, also for Green Whisker and Green Kit, they were probably kicked out because Green Cough spread through the clan, and they thought that Green Whisker and Green Kit were connected to the prophecy, and so they kicked them out along with any of their kin. Great video. So, thank you, by the way. I'm on a roll with the theorizing. If we shove that into the theory that we just had, maybe Green Whisker was the first one to get sick, and the whole clan was planning on leaving Green Whisker for dead, but Sneeze Splash was like, "No, you can't do that." And so Sneeze Splash started taking care of Green Whisker, taking care of their sister, and it spread, and it killed a lot of cats. And the clan was about to completely riot and kill Green Whisker right then and there, and Lowpaw and Greenpaw, because they're related. And Sneeze Splash stepped forward, and in this giant bout of maybe it was raining, a really dramatic scene. There's thunder in the background, lightning. Maybe it struck one of the trees in the background, and so you just see smoke. It's too far away to start like an actual fire around them, but you do see the smoke in the sky, and it covers up all of the stars, and Sneeze Splash is yelling at everyone, and Green Whisker and Lowpaw and Greenpaw are so confused. At this point, they're just kits, and so Green Whisker picks them up, and they kill Sneeze Splash right in front of her. And so she picks up the kits, and she runs, she dashes away. And maybe that's how she was quote-unquote exiled. Obviously, they didn't explicitly say, "We're kicking you out," but, almost being killed certainly doesn't make you want to go back. So Sneeze Splash, going into our other theory a bit, looked at everyone and was like, I know these other cats that were kicked out of their clans. We're going to take Green Whisker, who just recovered from this illness, and Low Kit and Green Kit, and we're going to make a clan with that. So that's our little canon. It might be a little bit messy. I'll probably write it up in a little Google Doc or something for everyone to take a little bit of a peek at. It has been 9 minutes and 30 seconds so far, so how about we actually get into the gameplay a little bit. I am playing the August 1st update, which includes this little button right here. Keep in mind, this is just a little bit of a quality of life update, fixes a couple of bugs, and adds this, which means that we can just go straight through all of the little profiles, and we don't have to go back and keep switching through them. It's fantastic. So let's go ahead and get back into it. We are on Moon 5 right now, so let's go ahead and look at everyone. Honeystar almost lost a life recently. What I think probably happened is that Honeystar, who is missing a leg, I personally think that maybe it was one of Honeystar's front legs, and Honeystar wasn't looking where he was going. He was talking to Owlwish about something, and he tripped, and he twisted a claw, and poor, dramatic, faithful Honeystar was like, I'm dying, please tell StarClan I love them, and I'll join them soon. And Owlwish, who was feeling a little bit lazy, looked over the injury, quote unquote, and was like, Honeystar, you're being ridiculous. Stand up, walk it off. You're fine. Because that's 116 and 119. They would have been apprentices together. They grew up together. Owlwish knows of how Honeystar is so dramatic sometimes. But let's go to Green Whisker. Green Whisker caught a huge rabbit. So proud of her. She's doing fantastically. Just got over her sickness. Maybe her lungs are still a little bit but she caught this rabbit, and it's a huge achievement. And then Tawny Paw caught the smell of a fox earlier. Maybe Tawny Paw was hunting with Green Whisker and was like, ooh, I smell something a little bit strange, Green Whisker. What is that? And Green Whisker took a little sniff and says, oh, it smells a little bit like a fox. You should probably memorize this smell. But it smells a little bit stale. Maybe we don't have to worry about it. And then she proceeded to catch a huge rabbit. So maybe that's a sign that the fox passed through but did not stay, because they wouldn't have left such a huge, juicy rabbit, right? And then Hollypaw, who is our medicine cat, is praising Tawnypaw on a good hunt, which only seems to confirm to Tawnypaw that maybe the fox isn't something to worry about, because Hollypaw and Green Whisker don't seem that worried about it. And then Lowpaw is looking forward to today, just having a fantastic evening, woke up early, was super productive, caught a squirrel of all things. Maybe Lowpaw has a particularly difficult time with squirrels. They're just so scampery. Lowpaw just can't get their hands on them. And then Creekstorm is spending a considerable amount of time grooming. Well, good for you, Creekstorm. I guess everyone is too busy, they don't want to share tongues, but that's okay, because you can do it yourself. You are strange, so maybe you wanted that alone time. Rat Patch, we don't really have, like, everyone else here, except for Honeystar and Owlwish, but we they grew up together, I think. So they're connected. Green Whisker, Lowpaw, and Greenpaw are connected. Tawnypaw, Hollypaw, and Creekstorm are connected. And then you have Rat Patch, who maybe was just wandering around the territory while this gang of cats settled down and was like, hey, what are y'all doing? And Honeystar was like, oh, we're setting up a new clan. Say, would you like to join us? And Rat Patch was like, oh, yes, this sounds fantastic. Please let me. And so now, Rat Patch has actually also caught the smell of a fox earlier. So maybe Tawnypaw was like, hey, Rat Patch, I caught this smell earlier. Green Whisker says that it was a fox, and Rat Patch was like, oh yeah, I had that same smell earlier. Maybe it could be worth checking out later, huh? But it's a tentative maybe. And then Greenpaw hates being compared to Sneeze Splash. With our previous theories that Sneeze Splash, dear Sneeze Splash, is connected to Green Whisker as a sibling. Maybe Green Whisker was like, oh, Sneeze Splash would have done this, or Sneeze Splash used to do these things when Sneeze Splash was younger, and Greenpaw just hates it. Greenpaw wants some praise for her own achievements, not Sneeze Splash's. She doesn't care what Sneeze Splash would have done. She barely remembers Sneeze Splash. Absolutely hates being compared to Sneeze Splash. And Owlwish, we already covered, is feeling quite lazy. As per usual, I guess. And 15 minutes in and we're not even past a moon. So let's go through our patrols. We're gonna say that Rat Patch and Green Whisker and Tawny Paw are all gonna go because they smelled this fox earlier. Rat Patch and Tawny Paw. And obviously they're not gonna go without their deputy. The patrol comes across a strange object that smells strongly of 2 legs. Well, maybe they want to investigate and make sure that it's nothing that hurts. The patrol interprets the purpose of the object. Maybe it's a boot. Like one of those old leather boots that, like, if you ever play a game or watch a movie, they have the fishing rod that catches the old leather boot, and they're like, oh, it's just trash. And then we're going to take one more patrol out with these 4 right here. Just a nice casual one. The patrol comes across the scent of a large rat. Well, let's see here. It's Greenleaf, which, by the way, someone called me out on it earlier. I called Greenleaf spring, which is not correct. It's summer. Greenleaf is summer, and New Leaf is spring. Just to clarify. It is summer. Honeystar is leading, but Honeystar is also missing a leg. I will go ahead and proceed. Your patrol's confidence is shaken by missing the rat. Oh no. Honeystar just could not hobble fast enough to get there in time. It's okay though. He's still getting used to it. It's still gonna take some time. Alright, let's go ahead. Hollyfrost! Hollypaw has gone to StarClan with Owlwish, and Owlwish has said to StarClan, look, my apprentice is ready, and I'm going to name him Hollyfrost. And it's so adorable. I love that name. It doesn't make sense, but I think that's my favorite thing, is when the names don't make any sense. So Hollyfrost is a great hunter, which, I mean, pretty neutral for a medicine cat to have. You would want some food if you're gathering herbs, maybe. Ooh, Honeystar. Honeystar has reached 120 moons and has therefore decided it is time to loaf. Honeystar also needs to talk to the medicine cat urgently. What about, huh? And then Green Whisker is feeling quite lazy, good for her. Tawny Paw is bothering older warriors. Probably Green Whisker, let's be honest. Or maybe Rat Patch. Hollyfrost has been performing poorly. Maybe Honeystar wants to talk to Hollyfrost about their performance issues. Lowpaw is having... ooh, that might be it. Is having a serious fight with Honeystar. I'm not sure what they would fight about. Maybe Honeystar is a little bit slower now, and Lowpaw is getting frustrated, and they get into this heated argument about it, and it just keeps escalating. But, you know, if you only have, how many do we have? 9 cats in the clan? They're definitely going to want to work it out with a mediator or something. You can't have 2 cats feuding like that in such a small clan. Tisk tisk. And then Creekstorm is having a good time with Hollyfrost, which makes sense. They're celebrating that he has got his name. Creekstorm, as a grandmother, is so happy for him. She's celebrating in her own strange way. Rat Patch still caught that smell of a fox. Maybe Rat Patch is the one that's going forward and keeping an eye on where she's smelling this fox. Because, you know, they don't want it to get a little too close. Maybe it's wandering a bit too close to the border after it passed through. And Rat Patch is just keeping an eye on it. And then Greenpaw has been acting suspiciously. Ooh, maybe Lowpaw instead was trying to defend. Maybe Honeystar made like this passing comment like, oh, Greenpaw's been acting strange. And Lowpaw was like, hey, that's my sister you're talking about. How dare you call my sister strange? And so they got into an argument about that instead of Honeystar just slowing down a little bit. because that sounds like a more serious fight than just being a little bit frustrated. And then Owlwish wants to spend more time with Lowpaw. Owlwish, who has dealt with Honeystar's dramatics for so long, is finally happy that someone called him out other than Owlwish. Owlwish is rooting for the cause. Now let's see. We're not going to send out Honeystar anymore. Honeystar has assumed the loaf position. He doesn't want to go out anymore. Why would he? So we are going to send out Creekstorm and... Let's send out Creekstorm, Tawny Paw, and Rat Patch together. Tawny Paw admits they had a vision from StarClan last night. Maybe that's what they're bothering the older warriors about. Hey, Creekstorm, I had this dream and I don't know what it's about. I was in this snowy place. Everything was white and it was night and the stars were so beautiful. And these cats were walking around and they were kind of see-through and they had stars in their eyes. It was beautiful. And maybe Tawny Paw catches a glimpse of Sneeze Splash right before Tawny Paw wakes up. The patrol can't make any sense of the vision. Maybe it wasn't a vision, maybe it was just a dream. Maybe Sneeze Splash decided, you know what, maybe we want to visit a little bit. And then we'll send out another patrol with Green Whisker and her siblings, her much younger siblings. Green Whisker suggests this patrol might be a good chance for an apprentice to practice. Alright, you're a great teacher. Absolutely, these two could practice together. And it's leaf fall. That's fall for anyone that doesn't know. I made sure, I had to think about it. I had to make sure that I got it right. The apprentices had a good practice session. Good for them. Let's save the clan and go! Tawny Poppy earned their warrior name. Tawny Poppy also earned a scar from fighting a dog. Maybe that was the catalyst. Maybe Tawny Poppy, yeah, passed their warrior's assessment, but you know, unless you do something extraordinary, you passed whatever, here's your name. Maybe Tawny Poppy saw this dog wandering through the border, and it was crashing through everywhere, scaring off all of the prey, and Tawny Poppy leaps out at it and scares it off, but at the same time manages to get bit along the way, right there, right along the neck. And so Honeystar and Hollyfrost and Creekstorm, they're all like, oh my god, that was amazing! Here is your name. We'll say like 3 nights earlier than it's supposed to be. Something like that. Alright, now let's see. Honeystar wants to hear more about StarClan from Honeyfrost. Alright. Green Whisker is sad they can't spend more time with Sneeze Splash. I know it was your brother and you miss him so much, but it's okay because he appeared to Tawny Paw. Not that you would know, not unless Tawny Paw told you. Or Tawny Poppy now. Sorry. Tawny Poppy is looking forward to today. Yeah, that scar may hurt a little bit, but overall, it garnered him this huge amount of praise and attention. Of course he's gonna feel good about that. He did something heroic. And then Hollyfrost is having a good time with Tawny Poppy. Maybe Tawny Poppy told Hollyfrost about his dream, and Hollyfrost, in turn, told Honeystar, and Honeystar is like, oh, how about you get Tawny Poppy to tell you more about it? Just a little bit of lore. And then Lowpaw was asking to help the elders, which the only quote-unquote elder that's part of the clan right now, I'm pretty sure is solely Honeystar. So maybe Lowpaw just wanted to apologize for overreacting. Like, she knows that it wasn't any malicious comment. She was just a little bit touchy because that comment was about her sister. Hey, Honeystar, I'm so sorry. Let me help you out. And then Creekstorm is curious about other clans. Maybe Creekstorm just wants to know about the family that was left behind. Might just want to know, like, what's up? Are they okay? Do they need any help? Not quite wanting to join back because they kicked her out. She's not gonna go crawling back. Why would she? Plus, she has a mate in Honeystar. And then Rat Patch is feeling sassy today. Might have actually gotten rid of the fox once and for all. Good achievement, Rat Patch. Greenpaw has been bothering the older warriors. I'm not sure who. Might be... how is Owl? Owlwish is feeling quite lazy. Maybe Greenpaw is messing with Owlwish a little bit. Owlwish isn't a warrior, but, you know, he is of that age to be bothered. Alright, let's save and patrol. We're gonna send out Lowpaw and... Tawny Poppy's not quite old enough to lead a patrol alone. So we'll say Lowpaw, Creekstorm, and Green Whisker. Creekstorm admits they had a vision from StarClan. We don't know too much about Creekstorm's past, so maybe give me a theory about what Creekstorm could have seen last night. The patrol can't make any sense of the vision, probably because Creekstorm just really badly explained it. Especially because we don't know what it is and we're looking in. Alright, let's go ahead and put Greenpaw, Tawny Poppy, and Rat Patch together. Catches the scent of a large dog. It's back and it wants blood. Tawny Poppy scared it away, but it took a little bit of time and realized that these are just cats and that it shouldn't be scared of cats, and so it comes back. But they have Greenpaw still with them, and they don't feel completely qualified to take it over, especially because I know what could happen when you face the large dog. I'm gonna click do not proceed. You decide not to pursue the dog. That's good, because what could have happened is it could have said you successfully drove off the dog, but almost every single time I personally have clicked the proceed button on a large dog prompt, it has killed one of the patrol members, and I'm not having that in Voidclan, not today. Alright. Green Spot! So we have Green Whisker and Green Spot. Poor Lowpaw all alone for 2 extra moons. Alright, let's go ahead and see. Honeystar is thinking about battle strategies. Maybe now that the clan has fully settled in, it's what, Moon 8? Yeah, it's Moon 8. They've finally completely settled in, and Honeystar wants to think about, like, what if our clan is ambushed by, Actually, we need a name for the clans that kick them out. So I'm going to say that Green Whisker, Green Spot, and Lowpaw all came from the same clan, but Tawny Poppy, Hollyfrost, and Creekstorm came from a different clan, and then Owlwish and Honeystar came from a different clan. So we need 3 clan names and maybe a phrase for them. You know, how Thunder Clan is the strong one and River Clan are the good swimmers, something like that. Go ahead and theorize in the comments, please. Give us a story, give us some lore to add into canon. We need something to add to our red string board. Alright, let's see, who are we at? Battle strategies. Green Whisker is looking forward to today. Good for Green Whisker. Is listening to stories about Sneeze Splash, probably from Green Whisker. I mean, it would definitely feel better talking about all of the good times that she had growing up with her brother, especially to someone who is genuinely interested. And then Hollyfrost has been listening to StarClan's messages carefully. What is Sneeze telling her? Or him. Sorry, him. What is Sneeze telling Holly? And then Lowpaw caught a huge rabbit. Good for you, Lowpaw. Not that you'll want any praise. You're a little bit chilly when it comes to praise. Creekstorm doesn't want to talk to Green Whisker. Maybe Creekstorm had plans with Tawny Poppy, who is Creekstorm's grandson. But Tawny Poppy got so caught up in listening to Green Whisker's stories about Sneeze Splash, and he missed it, and Creekstorm is a little bit salty about it, but she's not gonna say anything. She's not gonna be like, dude, you missed our meeting, what's up? Instead, she's gonna sit there and simmer about how Green Whisker stole her grandson. And then Rat Patch is feeling down. Why, Rat Patch? Are you okay, Rat Patch? And then Green Spot has been acting suspiciously once more. I'm not sure what Green Spot would be doing. Maybe going back to that little leather boot. Maybe messing around with it, doing some lab experiments or something. Well, as lab experiment you could get with a cat in the middle of the forest. Speaking of, we need a territory. We need to think about where these cats are living. Is it like a shrubland? Or do they live in the woods? Maybe they live on an island. But then how would they carry the kits across is the question. So go ahead and give me even more theories, please. Theorize to your heart's content. Owl Wish is feeling sassy today. Good job. And we do need to speed this up. We're at 30 minutes already. Oh boy. Creekstorm. Lowpaw. We're gonna take Rat Patch instead, because Creekstorm's not talking to Green Whisker. We gotta keep that in mind. They had a disagreement. They looked to Lowpaw to settle the dispute. Alright, so Creekstorm and Rat Patch got into a little bit of an argument. I mean, Creekstorm's already a little bit, little touchy because of Tawny Poppy. Lowpaw stutters. They don't think they're a good fit to lead the patrol. I mean, their little, excursion, maybe it was, hey, Lowpaw, you should be experienced enough now to lead this patrol. You go ahead, we're gonna listen to you. And Lowpaw doesn't think that they're a great fit. Alright, now let's send Green Spot, Tawny Poppy, and Green Whisker out, and they catch the scent of a fox again. They fail to drive away the fox, but nobody was injured. Maybe that's why Rat Patch is down, because she thought that she scared away that fox. She thought that everything was over, and then that patrol goes out and they see this fox. They see it, and they come back and they're like, Rat Patch, it's back. And we failed to get rid of it. And Rat Patch is just so sad that she missed it. And then go forward. It's Leaf Bear, no events. It is the middle of winter. What are we thinking, guys? Honeystar is feeling happy. 123 moons and doing well. Green Whisker is feeling a little bit lazy. I mean, no one wants to go hunting in the cold. Tawny Poppy wants to spend more time with Green Spot. Really? Green Spot is looking forward to today. So maybe they hang out a little bit. Maybe they become friends. Holly Frost is keeping an eye on Owl Wish. Alright, what did you do, Owl Wish? You have assumed the elder position. You are 120 moons old. You have started to limp. Oh, okay, Holly Frost is keeping an eye on you because you're getting old and he is concerned. Good on Holly Frost. Make sure to keep an eye on your old mentors, people. Lowpaw is sharing fresh kill with Rat Patch. Lowpaw may be a little bit frosty when it comes to social interaction, but she could see that Rat Patch was down, and she's not going to stand for that. Creekstorm is feeling happy. Good for Creekstorm. Rat Patch is sharing tons with Tawny Poppy. Alright, how can we spin this together? So, Tawny Poppy maybe Rat Patch and Tawny Poppy are sharing tongues, and Lowpaw is eating beside them, talking to Green Spot, and Tawny Poppy, I'm gonna keep calling him Tawny Paw by accident, I'm so sorry. Tawny Poppy just keeps thinking, Green Spot's so interesting, I wanna hang out with her more. And then Owl Wish has that limp, we know that. let's go on our patrols now. We've got Green Spot, and maybe Tawny Poppy is gonna, you know, come along. And we'll say, how about we snag Green Whisker and start patrol. Your patrol doesn't find anything useful. It was still a fun outing and they learned a lot. Good for them. And then not Honeystar, Low Paw, Rat Patch, and Creek Storm. They catch that scent of the fox again, which makes sense because they didn't exactly drive it off last time. The mother fox fights to defend her cubs. Creekstorm is left with a scar. Poor Creekstorm. Where is it? Oh, it's just a little notch in the ear. You'll be okay, Creekstorm. I don't think Creekstorm's all that torn up over it. So let's go ahead and save, and we'll go through this last one. Low Patch has received their warrior name. Good job, Low Patch. You're feeling happy. That's good. And you're extremely smart. So Low Patch is that cold, calculating kind of person that you're friends with, and she can be a little funky sometimes when she snaps at you for something strange, but definitely someone you want on your side when it comes to something that you're gonna, like a puzzle, or maybe those battle strategies that Honeystar was thinking about earlier. Speaking of, Honeystar caught the smell of a fox, and Honeystar has been spending more time in camp, which means that fox is getting real close. Green Whisker is looking forward to today. Good job, Green Whisker. Tawny Poppy is feeling a little bit lazy. What is the season? It's still leaf bare, so it's still winter. Hollyfrost also looking forward to today. Low Patch feeling happy about that name. Caught the smell of a fox earlier. It's definitely getting closer to camp. We need to keep an eye on that. Rat Patch is curious about other clans. As the theory suggests, Rat Patch... Sorry about the background noise, everyone. Rat Patch was a loner beforehand, and Honeystar was the one that convinced her to join, and so she keeps hearing these stories about the other clans and how horrible they are. And she wants to know more. Not for the sake of joining them, but because she's gotta know her opponents, you know? And then Green Spot caught a huge rabbit, snuck it right under that fox's nose. Good job, Green Spot. And then Owl Wish wants to spend more time with Sneeze Splash. He's getting older, and he just finds that he relates to the dead a little bit easier. Or maybe Sneeze Splash has very good intel into what's happening in StarClan. So let's go ahead and patrol. We'll go ahead and send Low Patch, who is smart, and Green Spot, who is an excellent speaker, and they're all warriors, so we're gonna try a patrol of 2. They come across the scent of a mouse. Well, you've got an extremely smart and an excellent speaker. We'll just talk the mouse to death, you know? They catch the mouse. Good job. And then let's go Creek Storm and Tawny Poppy. Catches the scent of a large dog. We're not going after that. Not until they get a little bit more experience, because they're all still very low in that regard. So Green Whisker and Rat Patch, they come across a strange object. After interacting with the object, Green Whisker is nauseous for a couple of days. So long as it's only a couple of days, you know? We gotta make sure that Green Whisker recovers from that. After all, maybe sickness is a little bit of a touchy subject for Green Whisker because of the past and what happened with Sneeze Splash. But that's all. We've gone through another 5 moons, and it's only 5 moons, but I think that the main aspect of this gameplay is coming up with the theories and coming up with the stories and the lore. It is a clan generator and not a simulation of sorts, so, you know. Alright, that is all for today. I think I've responded to all of the comments that were left on my last video. If you do leave another comment, I'll get back to you on that. Please, please, please do leave me more stories. Get those writing juices flowing. I think that I might might draw some of these little kitties and post it onto the Clangen Discord that is in Sable's link, by the way, that will be in the description. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later or in the comments. We'll have a little chat on Discord. Make sure to pet a cat and take a nap, and I'll see you later.